Today we see the demon Democrats panic after the polls show Trump leads Biden. He should have been, he was leading Biden even in the other election. They just never showed it. They suppressed the news and said it was misinformation. They suppressed the people, social media when it came to the vaccine and all kinds of different stuff and say it was misinformation. Saying they said that many things are misinformation, disinformation, asymptomatic, desystematic, and all kinds of nonsense. Saying? But in the end, how many people actually is better off with what they have to the people that died from it in itself from what they got? Saying? They're not even telling us those numbers, but people are dropping off like flies. We see the Democrats panic after new polls show, Trump leads the creep in all ways. All right. The article was written with Al assistance according to recent conduct polls. The president of the United States, Donald J. Trump is whooping creepy Joe Biden's ass after, after currently running close in public support for the upcoming 20. Who the fuck in their mind is voting for creepy Joe Biden is out their mind. Didn't we tell you and we're gonna tell you again? Sometimes you have to spank the beast and put him in his place. As long as you keep voting for creepy Joe Biden, how do you expect anything to change? Because when you look at even the migrant situation, did creepy Joe Biden stop it? No, he did not. Did Kamala go down there and at the border and go across the border and speak to them presidents and negotiate something that they're going to stop the flow of the migrants? No, she did not. So why do you keep voting for the problem and then expect a solution? You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying, but when we look at the presidential close support, there shouldn't be no close support in no election for creepy Joe Biden. We've got to put these people in their place and make sure that we understand that they were spanking them to let them know that if you want to remain in our political process or any kind of party that you have bring forward and you want to bring, you cannot bring the same tyranny in it that you're accusing the Republicans are. You know what I'm saying? So, in other words, you're reversing the insurrection accusation bullshit charge. Keeps using our word to disbar Trump from running as a president. But the problem with that is that law was made against the demon Democratical Party at first. Because they was the one who was the Civil War Confederates and all this different shit. A lot of them were slave masters and shit were demon Democrats as well. So a lot of the Confederate soldiers and many of the Confederate army as a whole were demon Democrats. This is why Forrest Nathan Bradford was brought into the picture based on the terrorist acts that they were doing to many people and even the black people as a whole. So when we look at the whole situation in itself, this insurrection and bullshit law that they're trying to put on Trump was actually put on was put on the demon democratical dummies in the first place. Look it up. But at the same time, do your research. But at the same time, when it comes to the Republican Party and what we see going on today, we must look at this from that perspective. It's time to spank them and put them in their place. You know what I'm saying? So whoever is up there saying the support for Joe Biden is completely out of their mind. The survey, which measures the voter sentiment across the United States, indicates a highly competitive race that has, captivated the nation's attention. No, it has not. It has captivated the stupid people that we're looking at in this nation, this captivated nation attention. You know what I'm saying? Their attention is like, are you fucking crazy? You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion. But at the same time, if you're not going to bring forth a candidate, why would you vote for Joe Biden a second time after he has betrayed you in all ways? But you continue to lick them balls so you cannot see it any other way. And that is sad. That is very sad. So we see where we have to make better decisions in the matter of it all. You know what I'm saying? In the matter of it all. You know? And we see where they're trying to give this man in public opinion, to say that he has a right. If that's the case and people don't like the Republican Party, then why are you not bringing up a party that would say something that worth something? Obviously, what you have been getting has been pure trickery, cultic Luciferian, probably black magic bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because, they like to steal our shit and demonize it in many ways. So we have to start looking at that situation in itself. You know what I mean? They're not out there doing what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And even if any beneficial or benefits come out of it, it doesn't reach the poor and the people who really need it. Talking about middle class. You know what I'm saying? But there's no such thing. It's either or you are. Either or you're not. When we look at it, you know what I'm saying? But we see in more ways, you know what I'm saying? The public reveals that vote creep Joe Biden, you know what I'm saying, and the mighty Trump, you know what I'm saying, granted significant backing from their respective party base. Keep Joe Biden's continued popularity amongst the Demon Democratical, particularly regarding his handling of the economy and Social Security. No, he did not handle the economy and he did not handle Social Security. What he did was cause a catastrophe to those very two things you mentioned and then saying that he's cleaning it up. That's what he's doing in more ways than one. He didn't handle nothing. He created a problem and now he's calling himself to clean it up. This is what the demon Democrats do in order to keep you fooled off in all ways, even when it comes down to things like the pandemic. They'll create a scenario saying this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and you're going to have to do this, and these measures going to have to be taken, and you're going to have to be quarantined, and you know what I'm saying? And then when all doesn't go well with the slammer lama in the people. But you know what I'm saying? Then when they try to go back to work, now you're saying that they can go back to work because they still haven't gotten the slammer lama ding dong. But it is what it is. But when we look at this situation, I don't see why you don't see that in no shape or form. You know what I mean? Because you can't tell me that you're not feeling the pressure right about now. You know what I'm saying? But we see New York Attorney General was not arrested, has been seen out in public. Well, okay, and let's see why she's been seen out in public. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where this is coming in by Gabriel SETI's USA Today 1 day ago, coming off the USA Today. But we see here where the claim New York General Letitia James was arrested. You know what I'm saying? On a November 2nd article from Real Raw News claimed that the legal branch of the United States Navy, known as the Judge Advocate General Corp, took Letitia James into custody for high crimes. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. We see the United States Navy, investigating the JAG, you know what I'm saying, investigators on Tuesday, October 31st, arrested New York Attorney General Letitia James of a, I guess, what? sick treason, and other high crimes and misdemeanors following an investigation that began shortly after she and her criminal associate filed a what? If 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 what? If a voluous lawsuit against the President of the United States organization, the report read. You know what I'm saying? In this one, we see where the article shares on Facebook more than 200 times, 4 days, according to the social media, you know what I'm saying, analytics tools crowd, uh, triangle, triangle or whatever, triangle or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But in Facebook, we see it, but we see here our reading thoughts. They got off the subject real quick, didn't they? But we see James has been arrested. She has been seen publicly during the outgoing civil fraud trial against Donald J. Trump. You know what I'm saying? Trumpy baby. And has also posted social media. The article was published by Raw News, you know what I'm saying, which routinely publish false claims about the arrest of high profile figures. James appeared in court, you know what I'm saying, appearance in court, issued a video statement amid civil fraud trial. James was elected in 2018. I believe that. And she damn sure made a good spark, didn't she? Because she was put there to go after Donald J. Trump. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that this will get to where Donald J. Trump would be ousted out of our election process. That was her mission set by the deep state, you know what I'm saying, and Soros and them, you know what I'm saying. But we see where, you know what I'm saying, 2018 as New York first female attorney general and the first female attorney, black dummy idiot probably general, and the she's not an attorney general, and the first black woman elected to state office. Yeah, the first dumb one. She sued Trump and his family members after a 3 year inquiry into 3 years inquiry into the family's business and practice and the family business and practice that she probably chopped up looking for in the man's personal business as attorney general, like you didn't have anybody else to go look after, and a little bit of people and the different things that you look after, you made sure that you made it your agenda to say that you're going after the president as if it was a crusade. You know what I'm saying? But we see a lawsuit, you know what I'm saying, accuse Trump, you know what I'm saying, his adult children and so forth. I'm saying Miss Creepy Joe Biden's family as well, executive at the Trump organization of fraudulent well, inflating his net worth. He could do that fuck if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? We see since then highly criticized, you know what I'm saying? James has been publicly public suppose on October, James has been seen publicly following the supposed October arrest date. James was presented in court on November 2nd when Eric Trump testified in a fraudulent trial. Later that same day, she released a video statement on X, formerly Twitter, accusing Eric. What the fuck is wrong with this nutcase of a woman, man? Who the hell elected her in the first place? Stop with the demon democratical licking them their balls and make better decisions. You know what I'm saying? Because she is working for the deep state and the Luciferian and the Baptist medical order. And Lord knows whoever else. You know what I'm saying? But we see accusing them of lying, and she following them around and going and making it an issue to go on social media with her misinformation, disinformation, propaganda, lies, and bullshitical nonsense. You know what I'm saying? But we see on the fact check source, Office of New York State Attorney General September 21st, 2022. Attorney General Lisa James sued the family and so forth on. But to me, she need to be sued. She, she need to be sued her damn self. But whether she was arrested, excuse me, or not, you know what I'm saying, is not the factor. What she should be doing is federal time in the federal pen or driven out of our country along with the rest of them for treason in all this aspects. You know what I'm saying? Because she ain't no different than the rest of them nutcases put together. As we see, even when we look at, the mighty Trump, you know what I'm saying, coming in by, I guess, Alice Phillips on 11/17/23 at 8:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? But we see where Donald Trump attorney pushed for a mistrial in the matter. You know what I'm saying? And, in more ways than one, that's what we want to see. You know what I mean? When we look at it, one of Donald Trump's lawyer has said, you know what I'm saying, his team will be pushing a for the 250 million civil uh, fraud case against the mighty President Donald J. Trump to be dismissed as a mistrial when it is when it resetted later this week, citing that they saw as instant instance of bias against the president of the United States. Yeah, it was bias to begin with in all ways. Even when you look at they're speaking to Larry Trudeau, say Kudlow or whatever his name is on Fox, business, saying Alina Harvard criticized the judge, saying Arthur Ngoran or Arthur in Noran for, preventing Trump from speaking indefinitely when on the witness stand on Monday. Harvard, added that the claims about the court clerk that are subject to a gag order, would would form part of the emotion. I'm sorry, would form part of the motion. The Trump motion Trump and a number of his associates is facing charges with falsifying business records, insurance fraud, rape. A whole bunch of wacka bullshit that Joe Biden and his family have done 10 times worse than that when we look at it. You know what I'm saying? Even when we see Bill McCurr, whatever his name is, and Neil deGrasse, Tyson clash over woke college campus. You should be calling them out. Nobody give a flying crap about no woke. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about that. That is not an issue that should be on the table in our government to begin with in the first place. I don't know how it even got on the table or how it became such a big issue even into our United States military. You know what I'm saying? So, you see the garbage in itself. Bill McCurr and the rest of them need to go ahead and sit down somewhere and cut the bull. It'll help. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where, it's Bill McCurr, 23 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time, HBO host and comedy Bill McCurr clashed with popular, you know, I guess the name is he's an astrophysicist, Neil deGrasse, deGrasse Tyson on McCurr Club Random podcast on Sunday over how to address woke colleges, campus, and transgender athletes. Tyson brought up, saying how McCurr no longer performs stand up on college campus and asked if if the comedian was writing off an entire generation by refusing to adjust to the shift in what students find acceptable to a joke about. So is it their why is it their fault and not your fault? Probably to McCormick defended his stance, saying literally every comedian had abandoned performing on colleges because they can't avoid offending students. He slammed Tyson for not calling out the far left threats of free speech on campus. Yeah, because he probably down with their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't fooling me. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about he the most intelligent man and all this man, smartest man. He ain't fooling me with the garbage anyway. So I don't know what he's called himself doing. You know what I'm saying? You know, we see a terrorist woman, allegedly plowed her car into what she thought was a Jewish school court. You know what I'm saying? See, you're doing dumbness already. Doing dumbness. Rather than call for a ceasefire, bring this thing to some overstanding of existence and quiet that shit down, they over here ramping it up, attacking the so-called occupied people who move in there, invading and occupying, the criminally occupation, has now have the whole world looking at their situation in all ways. Upsetting the whole world with this nonsense that you have been doing for over 75 years of the same bullshit. You know what I'm saying? The whole world needs to look at this on a global aspect of human life. Everybody's so bent on war and killing and murder and blood and guts that they be forgetting simply about the tranquility of human life. Everybody's so worried about controlling the world and being, the supreme chancellor and the controlling the whole global world under their thumb as they make people suffer and die in their racist, nonsensical, Luciferian, twisted mind, and so on. You know what I mean? So they do things that it leads to many destructions as to what is going on. So we know that there is something there.